Okay. Oh. Oh, you can put that on. Whatever you do, pick your feet up. If you hear something, run.
Don't do that.
I'm slow. Ain't no running.
He said you hear something run.
Pick your feet up. You know what I'm saying? Be careful about branches. You know what I'm saying? Branches will hurt you worse than anything out here. So, stick bushes out here. Make sure he all right. I ain't got to go through. We living in a time that people need to make preparations. I ain't got to go through all that.
We already know.
I'm like,
No, they don't.
let's go.
Don't know.
Just do it.
Just go. Just go. That's me. Just go. Can't keep what you can't protect.
All right.
This thing right here. Y'all better move and fall that way. Yeah, that's a knife.
What did the tree do to this guy?
You good?
Yep.
Is everybody listening to get across?
You gonna learn today.
We gotta get across?
Hey,
Last time I didn't mind getting
whenever you go out in the woods, right? Never drink water that's sitting still. You know what I'm saying? Running water got life in it. You know what I'm saying? Nature purifies it. Nature manages the things, you know what I'm saying, that's provided for us, you know what I'm saying? So you can look at the rocks and look at the green on the rocks to actually see the life that's still there. So me, myself, I like, you know what I'm saying?
Life always moves. Why your teeth fall out? Because they don't move.
Okay, I like it.
I ain't do nothing. My kids, you been in the refrigerator. I ain't do nothing. Go ahead,
You drink from the rivers again.
fire all night.
Yeah, because I looked at pine sap. Pine sap keep your resin, like resin in it. Keep the flame. It's like a torch.
So what's in here? So what else is in here? The resin. What you can use the resin for?
Poison.
If I cut myself,
Yeah, to heal it, to heal a bite, to heal a wound.
yeah, just like honey. Same thing. Okay, quick note. In any calamity, if y'all know what an EMP is, right? Yeah. Electromagnetic pulse. And the power just cut out. And no cell phone. And no power. How you gonna get to your family? Can't travel in the daytime. Your family in New York, your family in Texas, Alabama, we scattered everywhere. How you gonna get to your family? What about your kids? How you gonna get to your family? So, certain things, minimum things that you should always carry with you, right? This right here. Okay, you see numbers right here? B, C, D, E, F. And you see numbers going across the bottom, right? So if I say Atlanta, right? This is C, this is 2. C2, if I say C2, this is Atlanta right here. You understand what I'm saying? This is where we at right here. This is where we at right now. So this is 1.5 and B. This is where we at.
Okay.
So if I'm calling you on the radio, I said, look, check it out, 1.5 and B. Let's go. Just like that. Your family is down here. So now, notice this right here. The reason why I say this is the best map, because all these yellow lines right here is railroad tracks. This is the Underground Railroad. Everybody think the Underground Railroad is something that's under the ground. No, it's the train system. So I know I can take this right here and go all the way up here, all the way home. Because if I take the roads, what's gonna happen? Who travel on the roads? What was the freeways originally made for?
Military.
That's what they was made for.
And I can verify that from the military. I was scheduled into the army, never went. The guy actually told me on the way to MEPS, he was driving and they were putting in a new freeway, like a new overpass. He's like, they're putting it in because from the metro area of Raleigh to some of the smaller areas, it takes a long time to get there. Like you gotta go here and go around here and go around here, around here. They're building these overpasses that allows them access from big cities to smaller areas like that. So yeah, it benefits us until
In 19.
We are unconscious of the fact that we're conscious. What do I mean by that? Meaning, we operate like animals. We have no conscious awareness of the fact that we have universe inside of us, basically. We are the universe, you know, having a human experience. But we unconscious of that, so we are easily controlled now. Once you get people to not be able to depend on themselves, the universe within them, you can control them. You can see that today. People are being controlled so easily.
But our vote counts though.
But our vote counts, right? People have no center today. We not centered upon ourselves. You know, once you do that, you get the people mind to project outwardly now. You get people to think that, oh wow, this is life. Like matter is the only thing that matters. That's not the case, you know. Matter is just a byproduct of what's actually underlying it. That's whatever you want to call it. This spiritual realm, whatever. I mean, that's my take on it. So that's what I mean by we unconscious that we conscious. Walking Dead.
Saying no pressure. Because if you're not, then stop crying and go to work. But if you are, everything that we need has been provided for us. Everything. We got our own farmland. Only thing we lacking is unity. So now we got to look at our commonalities in one part, right? Once we see what's coming, the people that don't want to unify, y'all got to go. Because this is about the lives of our babies right here. Dude said, I'm going to Africa. I'm like, bro, I ain't trying to be funny, but somebody own that too. Well, I'm going to Ghana. Well, the Ghana people say it's mandatory that you learn French. What does that mean?
They're run by the French.
You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, I'm like, man, I ain't going nowhere till the last person leave on this side of the globe. I mean, because it's like saying, we either going to ride or not. So it's like saying, if we're going to be self-sufficient, what are we going to eat? What are we going to drink? That's the two most important things. All hell break loose. Only thing you got to do, non-perishable items. $5 every time you get paid. Get a bag of beans. Get a bag. Sit it aside. So you're going to have something to eat. Because if not, they'll feed you.
For a price.
For a price. It's called freedom. Well, that's not true. Look at history. Well, our people was over here first, and we had this, and we had all these big nations, and let's say, and you're right, we did. We had all these kingdoms. We had the vast armies. We had the vast technology. We had all this. Don't it sound funny, standing in a pot where you ain't got it, and you talking about it? Don't that sound funny?
We had.
That sound funny, right?
That's another switch for you. Had and have.
Brother be like, man, roll the knife, man. I mean, for real though. I mean, that's like being in the joint, you know what I'm saying? It's like being locked up. Brother's like, yeah, man, do my business plan for me. Yeah, boo. I'm like, okay. Who's gonna give you a $4 million loan? And you've been gone 20 years. Dudes on the street, bro. Well, if they like my idea, they'll do it. We sell ourselves short. The power that's in us, we ignore it so much that we don't use it. We use something else. We don't use it. When I got my crystals and stuff like that, I know my powers. So why you got to go fund me to pay your rent then? Just look, we actually trick ourselves into believing things that's just belief. And we'll say, well, everything starts out of belief. Does it?
Everything is instinct.
Everything is instinct. It's naturally. So what I'm saying is, what do we have to do to break the cycle? To where we can, you know what, man, we can eat that. What do we have to do to break that cycle? Because you can't keep what you can't protect. Look at Black Wall Street. All the money they amassed, all the technology they amassed, but they didn't think, man, you know what, we need our own army. They didn't think that part.
And you 60
Well, go
years
invest
old.
in a black-owned bank. Who making the money? They forgot about that part. That the white dude got that factory down there. They forgot about that part. So he just cut that off. People failing to realize that, well, we need money, we need money, we need money, we need money. If this system, if you saying this nation gonna fall, if it fall, guess what? The money do too. When we was in Iraq, Saddam failed, we burnt up all this money. It didn't mean anything anymore. So if this nation fall, what you think will happen to the money?
It's fugazi.
Who runs the monetary system? So your gold ain't gonna be worth nothing either. You know why? Because only peasants and poor people look to gold, diamond, oil, rubies. We look at that as money. Rich people, they look at you as money.
Right.
Human life is the greatest natural resource and currency on the face of this earth. So while you flipping dollars, they flipping humans. And at the end of the day, they're gonna always have you.
What did he say earlier about the he said the two things are crack, right?
Yeah.
They'll kill you. Here, what happens?
Locked up. Free
Why?
labor. Slave labor.
That's your 13th Amendment.
Yep.
So the prison industrial complex, the prison system is privately owned. It's a business. They actually had corporations back in the 90s, correct me if I'm wrong, that sued the government because their prisons didn't have enough people in it to help function their corporation. It's not even a prison.
So they put crack on the
company.
street.
Look at nature around you and produce for yourself. I'm gonna show you how they both correlated. Nature and produce for yourself. You see, look at nature. You see how abundant and just chaotic it is. You know, look at all the trees. They're all together on one accord, just doing what they gotta do. And once they are all on one accord, they're able to produce shelter, you know, food for animals, you know, clothing, everything. Shelter for insects, birds, because they all on one accord. They're producing for themselves. And that's what we can do as people. Once we get all on one accord, back to our true nature, oh, nothing can stop us. We really can fulfill our true purpose. And that's producing for ourselves.
We was out here. We were out here just in the middle of nowhere, and we had to, make shelter out here. We had to start growing some stuff. Me knowing the person I am, I'm always looking for where's the humus. Just found a whole big pile of it, all up underneath these leaves, man. This stuff right here, it seemed like it's dirt that has came down. It has came down. Actually, you can see it all right here. This is all. Look how dark this stuff is. Like, this stuff is dark and lovely, like full of life. All of this humus. This right here, we plant straight into this stuff right here. Very fertile, man. We plant a lot of lettuces and everything in here. All of that. It's beautiful.
There you go. Good job. Hey, give me one of you. Good. Hey, grab it right there in front of you. A little small. Yep.
Hold on, let me turn sideways.
Move up. Move up. Daddy got it. Come on.
That look good too.
Yeah.
But that's where you take a bath in right there. No, listen, you see these rocks? This is what these limestone rocks. You take these rocks, you actually put them in the ground. And you build a fire. Right after the fire, you pour the water in there. And it's gonna bubble. And it's gonna last for a minute.